one, and then I saw everything, and then I was like, oh, I gotta get, so I can just clean up, so it's still in the workflows.
Really?
In other words, if the field is weak, then she's doing much better.
Right.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's special meeting. Today is Monday, June the 24th, 2019. The time is now 5 p.m. Special meeting of the City Council. In the City Council chambers will now come to order. We have one item on this special meeting, and that's the Puerta Development Agreement and cost share agreement. So, who wants to lead off? Greg?
Sure. I've distributed the final version of the development agreement for phase one and also the cost share agreement in the referenced exhibits too. So you should have all of that. And I only received one question from Councilmember Griego. I didn't receive any others. So if there's anything else you want to address, this would be the time to do it.
Okay. Let's go ahead and take a motion for approval or whatever.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, let's go ahead and have some discussion. Mr. Matei, do you have any items to discuss on that? Karen?
No.
Okay.
I have one.
You have one
And it was resolved.
And I apologize for not getting my questions in earlier to Greg, but one of the concerns I had was regarding the Urban Renewal Authority's percentage for administrative fee costs. I think last time we had the meeting here, we threw out a number. I want to know if that number was a solid number for that 5% approximation, or if it was a guesstimation, some anecdotal number. Maybe you could help me, Mr. Lamb?
Yes, if I may. It was based on other projects where there's similar development agreements that have been done. In this case, Urban Renewal's administrative requirements is not very extensive, and so that fits. If they do more and they're more involved in the day-to-day, then that fee goes up.
And do you feel that they will not be as involved in the day-to-day in this particular one for the 20 years that this, or the amount of years that this TIF goes on for?
Yes, well, and again, the 5% is annual. It's not, or 0.5% is annual. But it's, what they're doing is they're holding funds, and then they're dispersing after both the engineers, architects, and the developer have gone through all those bills, and then they're submitted to them to merely disperse. They're not going to be involved in the day-to-day construction part of it.
No, I understand that, but I mean just for their administrative costs that they have got to endure. The main reason why I ask is because I just got through with a TIF toolkit up in a CML conference, and I asked a question about what an average percentage was, and it was higher. Now, my concern is just making sure that our people here are going to have enough money to cover their administrative fees throughout the total tenure of this agreement. I'm not asking to look for more, but I'm just wanting to know what the number is approximated to be.
It was based on the amount that we estimated to be their involvement and what they had to do. So it would be somebody who would look at what has been submitted as far as it's already been approved by a variety of different people involved in the project, and then they would just disperse the funds. The best example is with the road, with Americana Road. The city's putting in $600,000 plus the DOLA grant funds of $1 million, and then we're putting in $900,000. That really all TOR is going to do is write checks. When we submit what that bill's going to be, we already have an estimate of what it's going to cost the bill. So they really shouldn't be it shouldn't be time consuming, and that's what we were guessing. That wouldn't be time consuming. If I can tender to all of you that if they feel that it's unrealistic, we're very happy to come back and find something that's realistic. Obviously, you would all have to approve that. That would be part of the budget that we have to do annually too. But we're not trying to cost TOR any money here. We're trying to figure out what would be the coverage, as we said last time, at 5.5%, it's about $60,000. It's hard to believe that they would use $60,000 in the course of a year if the draws are roughly once a month. That'd be 12, that's $5,000 a draw. You can do a lot of work for $5,000 looking at numbers.
And I did bring up that point that we were just talking about at the meeting, and if we go back down the road and relook at it, I brought that question up and you did answer it the same way you did now.
As a council, you have the right to approve our budget. So if there's something in that budget that's not right, you tell us. Because we're not gonna get your approval without it. So you do have that ability to do it. We're predicting the future to some extent, and so it's a little difficult, so we base it on other projects of a similar structure to see what it costs for, somebody that's a town roughly this size or maybe a little bit larger, just to get an idea of what's worked.
And I believe you said it was Castle Rock that you used as another example for almost not a template, but a range to find that fee for
Correct.
that percentage. I just want to make sure, like, when you said that you were kind of guessing at this, that we have a very good guess.
It's an educated guess, but it is subject to being looked at again.
Okay.
Okay? I hope that answers your question.
It does. I just want to make sure that our people, because if things change in the future and our urban renewal authority takes on a larger role for whatever reason, because I can't predict that, I just want to make sure that they're not ending up holding a financial stick when we can have the ability then later on to amend this agreement, or future councils can have that ability to do so. I just want to make sure that either that or you put in a stipulation that states this number must be met or this percentage, whichever is higher. Something to that effect, so that way they are covered for if they have to bring on another part-time staffer or two or a full-timer. That's all I'm thinking.
If they could give us a number, we would be happy to look at that and use that, but at this point, we're just thinking that if it doesn't work, they're not gonna be happy, and we want them to be happy, and we're gonna make some changes.
Okay, as long as we can come back and make those changes.
We can.
I apologize, I wasn't at the last meeting last week. I was out of town for a conference,
That's
so
all
I
right.
apologize.
That's right, that's a good question. Thank you.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I don't have anything, like I said, I reviewed the material and a couple of questions that I had. They're in the changes, and I think I showed you the changes. The changes that I think that we were looking for have all been taken care of. And some degree, like I know you guys were expecting an answer a little bit sooner than today, but we wanted to make sure that we were able to review those changes to make sure that they were done to what we were, our expectations. So that's the reason why we have this special meeting tonight. Yes.
Whatever happened to, like, the welcoming center? Is there any decisions that the welcoming center is gonna be moved, or?
Well, there's no decision on that, and the way it reads in here, and possibly,
Yes.
remember the question
So
I
there's
brought
no
up?
decision on
No,
that?
and it says and
Okay.
possibly
All
the
right.
welcome center, that was what the change.
Excuse me, Mayor, I think Ms. Navarette wanted to speak.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So I wanted to make council aware that this grant through DOLA, we would not be reimbursed on it until the actual expenditures start taking place. So we're forking over $2.2 million, which we would be drawing interest on at the city at a good rate through CSAFE. And then we don't get reimbursed until the invoices start trickling in. Right now, the balance of fund balance for the CIP fund is 5.8 million, and some of that is tucked away in investments. The current checking balance is 3.8, so we'd be writing the 2.2 out of the 3.8 with whatever's left over plus what we earn through the rest of the year. And I just wanted to make you aware that those reimbursements from DOLA might take a while.
What kind of type of thing?
So, Cheryl,
Yes,
so what is the difference in the interest rate and what?
2.5% to, I'm not sure, I mean, right now we're drawing, I should have brought one up, like $1,287 on one of our investments. I wanna say the balance is maybe 500,000, $1,287 a month, that's significant, so.
So
Since I've moved it to CSAFE.
okay, so we would only be getting the what would our rate of return be on the 2 million?
We're not,
No,
it
we
would,
won't.
Tura would be.
No, but it's 5.8 on capital improvements, 3.8. So it's so what would be in savings, 2 million?
Oh, we have about 1.4, I believe, in investments, yes.
Okay. So what would
Yeah.
the difference per year be on
I'm not sure I follow.
Yeah,
that?
but
Well,
you
how
gotta
much
say
are we
2.2.
losing on interest on that money?
So if I were to put that 2.2 million into C-Safe, we'd be drawing 2.54% of that. And I don't have my calculator, sorry. But what I was trying to say is we have an investment right now at $500,000. We're earning about $12.87 a month in interest.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or concerns? Greg, do you have anything else?
No, I don't.
I'm not sure if you looked at.
I have, Mayor, and so throughout these negotiations and this process, I have relied on Malcolm Murray, but I have, and I, heard the conversation at the last meeting and the discussions leading up to this, but I really have not been your primary legal advisor with respect to these negotiations. But my review of these documents, they were fine, they seem to comport with the wishes of council, and I have reviewed them.
Greg, do you have anything in addition? No? Do you have any questions or?
Done from us, thank you.
Okay. Now on this, like I said, we've had a motion on this, would that be for just the development agreement or would that be both?
You should do both of them separate.
Okay, so, like I said, we've had a motion on, and we'll take that as, we have a motion and a second on the Puerta development agreement. And, so let's go take a vote on that, please.
Bernardo?
Question?
No, I'm just messing around.
Good.
Okay, well, yes.
Goodall,
Yes.
Griego,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Matei,
Yes.
Miles,
Yes.
Rico.
Yes. I have a motion on the cost share agreement.
So moved.
Need a second?
Second?
Any discussion on the cost share agreement? Any questions? Mr. Matei? No. Karen?
No, sir.
None?
No.
Okay, call vote please.
Bernardo,
Yes.
Goodall.
Yes.
Griego,
Yes.
Lopez.
Yes.
Matei,
Yes.
Miles.
Yes.
Rico.
Yes. Thank you for your patience and move along from here and see if we can get moving on the
Thank
project.
you very, very much
Thank
for
you
the
much.
special
Thank
session
you.
too.
Need a motion to adjourn the special meeting?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
call vote please.
Bernardo,
Yes.
Goodall,
Yes.
Griego,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Matei,
Yes.
Miles.
Yes.
Rico.
Yes. We'll take a